So tonight, um, you know what, folks? Hold on 1 second. I have to get my bell. So, welcome to Wednesday night meditation, mindfulness for sleeping health. Tonight, we're going to review a little bit. I'm going to give you some information, and then we're going to go into a body scan experience. I just want to thank Jane and the rabbi for letting me do this series. And I hope that it's been helpful to give you ideas for constructive rest and better sleep. My wish is that whatever tools you can remember or take away is that you adapt them for your own needs. There's nothing written in stone here. There's no one right way to do anything. And just remember that if you take away only one thing, the primary part of mindfulness, especially for rest or sleep, is that you're able to calm your body, which calms your mind. And the way that we calm it in sitting meditation is through focusing on the breath. That is the key piece. I cannot say enough times, breathing, breathing, breathing. It is really powerful, and it does, in fact, medically, they now know by studies and imaging that good breathing practices slows the body down. It slows the adrenaline, the cortisol from the stress, and it helps to calm the mind. So if you remember nothing else, remember that. And don't make a big deal about the breathing. That's not what we want. We want it to be gentle. We want it to be easeful and mindful. So before we go into our first experience, I just want to remind us that the context of the practice of Musar, and the cantor asked me about this, and we had an exchange about this, is paying attention to our traits, the ones that cause us difficulties as well as the ones that we love. And we can possibly impact our ability to rest well, which not only means sleep, but just lying down sometimes. Take a nap, sitting in a chair, refreshing yourself. And it comes from a spiritual perspective in the discipline of practicing. It's a transformative practice that's practice. That's what meditation is about. And what we are trying to do in Musar or Buddhist meditation or any meditation is address the things that cause us to suffer, that cause us to have pain, that cause us to have discomfort. And we do it potentially through being still, through our breathing, and through transforming the way we respond to our thinking, so that we begin in everyday experience to infuse our moments of discomfort with some possible joy, with happiness, with some trust that we can get through it and that it doesn't have to sidetrack us and that we can have some peace of mind. So, to review, in our first session, we used the value of loving kindness, chesed, for us to want to have peaceful sleep, for us to want to do peaceful rest. That is loving kindness toward ourselves. In our second class last week, we did Gevura, which is right boundaries or boundaries, period, which is in the context of this idea is that you want to really practice having some rituals around sleeping that can enhance your experience, that can promote more relaxation, that can promote peacefulness, even if your mind is not at rest, that you have tools to mediate what that's about. So I'm going to ring one bell to call us into our meditation itself and have the experience. So I offer this prayer for our time together. May we have time for mindfulness and stillness that brings you closer to your heart. And may this time for mindfulness bring healing, less stress, and peace. So gently, just bring yourself into a fairly upright, dignified position if you're seated. But if you're lying down, what you want to do is feel that sense. Let yourself feel the spine kind of elongate. And feel your feet touching the floor if you're in a seated position. And begin to let your eyes gently close. And start to notice how you're breathing. Just notice. Don't do anything. Don't change anything. Don't effort. Just be. And see if you can bring into focus the idea of intentionally honoring yourself tonight in mindfulness. Just being aware and the value that we are going to focus on, or that will be sort of the rainbow that's over us tonight, is anhava, which is humility, the ability to recognize and notice the causes of our suffering, of our discomfort, and how we can address them, correct them, mediate them, or respond to them. It takes a lot of courage to be humble before ourselves and really look at what is making us stressed or anxious. So just be aware of your face, the eyelids that are closed. Allow the corners of your mouth to come into a slight smile. And just notice how your whole body feels. We will be dealing with the entire body tonight. your eyes, your forehead, your chin, your heart, your belly, your toes, your fingers, your ears, your jaw, and just gently, gratefully accept whatever you find humbly tonight. Whatever's there is there. And notice that you are breathing. It's happening all by itself. It just is. And that you're very much alive in this moment. And just be with that. If you're sitting or lying, we're going to make a connection to the oak tree. Your body as a strong, tall, rooted, safe, beautiful oak tree. A very old, lovely oak tree. And just feel your spine tall and the crown of your head moving up toward the infinite sky. At the same time that your lower body, your trunk, and the roots, your feet and your legs and your toes, are burrowed into the earth, this powerful, rich Mother Earth, teeming with all kinds of wonderful life to support and feel the strength in your thighs and your knees and your legs. At the same time that you feel this lengthening and connection to the sky and space, and how you are caressed by the air and you're just dangling in the universe, suspended in time and space. And just explore that feeling for a few moments. As we move into the body scan, just remember that if you fall asleep, it means that your body needs the sleep. And you can always re-listen to the tape to get the end of the exercise. And a body scan is a wonderful technique if you have been awakened from a sleep and you can't fall back to sleep, or it can get you to go to sleep if you are having trouble falling asleep. And it's all you have to remember is that we're going to go through every part of the body from the right side to the left side. We're going to go up the right side, across, and down the left side. And if you're in a seated position and you fall asleep, that's fine as well. This is called the 61 points. And some people teach it as actually saying the number to the part of the body. It's up to you if you ultimately want to do that. I just do it by the body part so that you can take away what you like and you can leave the rest. So we're going to start first by relaxing the forehead. And just keep breathing normally, however you're breathing. And if you lose focus, if you lose attention as we go through this, the go-to place is to come back to your breath. Just notice how you're breathing and then see if you can get back to hearing my voice. Soften your forehead. And think about the connection of your skull to the throat. And soften your throat. You might want to swallow and just notice what happens in the throat. Now focus on relaxing your right shoulder. Your right elbow. And you can move in this body scan. You can, if you're in a funny position or you find that suddenly you notice a discomfort in something that I'm calling out, you can adjust yourself. You don't have to be like a statue sitting still. That's not good either. So if your elbow has a little crook in it, or just gently move, change your position, adjust. And now go to your right wrist and see it relax and let go. And the tip of your right thumb. And the tip of your right index finger. And the tip of your right middle finger. See if you can really connect with it. And the tip of the ring finger. Is there any sensation? and the tip of your little finger. And move back up through your hand to the wrist, your right wrist, and just let it go. Relax. And up your forearm back to the elbow, the right elbow, and let it go. And the right shoulder. And if you have to jiggle the shoulder, that's wonderful. Just let it relax. And then come back all the way up to the throat. And perhaps swallow again. And now we're going to the left side. Let's go to the left shoulder and relax it. Jiggle it if you have to. Feel it loosen. And go to your left elbow, down your upper arm, and feel it relax. And down your forearm to your left wrist. And see if you can sense. You can even make movement if you want to. Just sense the wrist of your left hand. And now the tip of your left thumb. What does it feel like? And the tip of your left index finger. And the tip of your middle left finger. And the tip of your left ring finger. Is there any sensation? And the tip of your fifth little finger on your left hand. And moving back up the hand to the left wrist. And up the forearm to the left elbow. And up the upper arm to the left shoulder. And see if you can sense a kind of evening out of your shoulders and your arms as they relax and let go. And when you're doing this on your own, you can use any word you like, but relax and let go is a wonderful idea. Moving back up to the throat, just feel the throat inside your neck. It's connected to the back of the tongue and the upper part of the sternum. And now let's go to the sternum. The sternum is the upper part of the chest where the collarbones meet. That upper part of the ribs in the front. Just feel them relax. And perhaps you can even feel your breathing. I hope your breathing is in your belly, but sometimes that part of the body does move. Relax the sternum. And relax the right breast. And back to the sternum. And let go and relax the left breast. And back to the sternum. And now we will travel down the center between the ribs to the navel and relax your navel. And now we're in the abdomen. So feel the whole pelvic region and just feel it let go, relax. If you're sitting in a chair, you might feel the sit bones contact with the chair. If you're lying down, you might just feel them widen as if you were pulling the two cheeks of the buttocks apart. And now we're going to the right hip part of the pelvis. And see if you can sense it just give out, relax. We hold a lot of tension in our hips, in our major joint points. And now your right knee, the next major joint, where we definitely hold tension. And feel it relax and let go. And now down to your right ankle. Which we need desperately for balance. We need strong but flexible ankles. Relax your right ankle. And now go to the tip of the right big toe. And again, if you feel any sensation, just notice. And the tip of your right second toe. And the tip of your right third toe. And the tip of your right fourth toe. Relax the tip of your fifth little toe. And let the feet go. And come back up to the right ankle. And let your relaxation come up your shin to your right knee. And back up to your right hip. And back to the lower abdomen. And just rest there for a moment and let go. Relax. Allow the belly to relax. And now we move to the left hip. And feel it widen slightly. And let go. And your left knee. Let go. And your left ankle. You might wiggle it if you so move to do so. And how important that ankle is. And now the tip of your right big toe. And the tip of your second toe left. And the tip of your third left toe. And the tip of your fourth left toe. And your little toe. And now back up to your left ankle. Your feet, your foot, left foot is relaxed. The toes are relaxed. The ankle is relaxed. And up your shin bone to your left knee. And see if you can sense the knee cap, the back of the knee, the side of the knee. Be aware. And back up to your left hip bone. And now sense the entire pelvis again, relaxed, breathing gently, calmly, slowly. And back up to the lower abdomen. Sense the organs and all of the innards being held by the bones and the muscles and the tissue, and they're all relaxed. And come back up to your navel and sense a letting go there. And come back up to the space between the breasts to the sternum. Perhaps in this relaxed state, it's your belly that's moving in and out as you breathe. You're no longer breathing in the chest, perhaps. And come back to your throat. Sense the letting go. And sense the back of your neck all the way up to the forehead. And just feel the forehead let go. This is one way to do a body scan. There are many ways. Take a few moments now to just observe where you are and allow your body to adjust to what you've just experienced. Just be with yourself, aware of your breathing, aware of your sensations in the body, how you feel about what just happened. At this point, you should feel, if you're still awake, you should feel pretty relaxed. And those of you that are sitting, remember that when you do this in a lying down position in bed, very often you won't make it through the whole thing. you'll be asleep. You may only get to the upper body and not the lower body, or you may choose to start and go the opposite way. I don't think it matters, actually. Some people would say we need to go from top to bottom, back up. So there are many ways to quiet the body so that we can quiet the mind. That is really the concept that I wish for people to understand. It is the body's quiet that will stop the mind. We've explored a couple of different breathing techniques. So you can use those. We did the rhythm breath. We did a counting. That's the counting. And then we did the whispered ah. Those can all be used to get you to sleep, to get you back to sleep, or even just for moments of relaxation. And I strongly suggest that you use them when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you need some peace of mind, less worry and anxiety from whatever the stress is. And the stress can be outside the body or inside the body. So as we come toward the end of the experience for tonight, I just want to say that this practice, and it is a practice, we do have to make a concerted effort to make it happen. It's not complicated. It's just that for so many of us, we're just not used to being able to pay attention humbly to ourselves and give ourselves permission to just stop and notice and be aware of what we're feeling, what we're thinking. Have we gone off into the future? Are we in the past? Then we're not in the present. We're not here for ourselves. So it's like playing a musical instrument. If you wanted to learn the violin, you'd have to practice. Well, if you want to learn to mediate the anxiety and the stress, you have to practice being aware, sitting still, breathing, noticing your breathing. And then seeing where your thoughts are. So as we learn to pay attention to ourselves with chesed, which is loving kindness, and with healthy boundaries, gevura, taking the time for ourselves, making it happen. It only takes, the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh says, it only takes one luxurious in-breath and out-breath to become peaceful and mindful. So, healthy boundaries is noticing the connection between our bodies and our minds, and then humbly practicing so that we can experience the joy in knowing that we are caring for ourselves and our lives with loving, kind attention. In mindfulness, we pay attention on purpose without judgment. There's no one way, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. There's only the way that works for you. So we are gentle and kind and compassionate to our precious selves, to our bodies that work so hard for us, to our breathing, and to our minds and our brains, which never stop working. We are sentient beings, but we are also thinking beings. And don't let anybody ever tell you that there's such a state as, oh, people imagine the monks sitting on the top of the mountain and they're in nirvana. Well, that would require some doing, because the human experience is one of thinking. Thoughts will always be there. The question becomes, how do we respond to them? So, just to leave you with another tool for sleeping, if you are agitated, you can talk to yourself in a mantra-like way. And you can acknowledge we don't resist what occurs. We just say, oh, I know the sleeplessness is here. And I know it's possible for me to rest and feel renewed. And I know it's possible for me to fall back to sleep. And I can feel refreshed and renewed when I wake up. And sometimes just doing that allows you to rest, which is sometimes just as good as sleep. So before we stop the meditation experience, I want to thank, as we always do, in appreciation for ourselves. Thank your body and your mind for what they offered you today. And honor the stillness that you achieved. And treasure your spirit for its willingness. And you might say silently in your head after me, I'm filled with loving kindness. I'm healthy and whole to whatever degree possible. I'm safe and free from danger. I'm happy. And may all beings be safe, free from danger, and free from suffering. And when I ring the bell to bring us to a close, just please be very gentle, because this is a very deep experience. And slowly come back to your space, and we'll have a few moments time for sharing.